Happy Friday, everyone. Well, during the day today, the best chance of rain is definitely going to be in eastern Nebraska, but tonight it's going to switch, and the best chance of rain is going to be in the western part of the state. So let's break it down for you. Starting 8 a.m. this morning, and notice there are gaps out there, but from central Nebraska on over to the east, there is a chance of rain for the morning commute. Mostly showers, a few weak storms out there, but no severe storms to worry about at any point during the day in eastern Nebraska, although severe threat unfortunately coming back for the Panhandle this evening. So notice how we're going to be dealing with rain for much of the day in eastern Nebraska. Now, it's not going to be raining continuously, but there is the opportunity, and probably what we're going to see, especially in the far eastern part of the state, that's where the chance is higher. It'll rain, and then it'll stop, and then it'll rain, and then it'll stop. Again, mostly showers, but still the opportunity for weak storms. Here we are in the early afternoon. Notice the rain chance really coming to an end, very small in the central part of the state by the time we get into the early afternoon hours, but it is going to linger with this very slow-moving cold front continuing to slowly push to the south and east. Here we are in the late afternoon, even for the homebound commute. Still have to mention the chance for Lincoln, Omaha gaps. You might get lucky, but do want to keep the chance in there. Chance real small for places like Kearney, Grand Island, better over towards Lincoln, Omaha, and Beatrice. High temperatures today, so cooler in the eastern parts because the cold front is clearing us, and actually pretty uniform across the state. We're looking at probably most folks topping out in the mid-80s, maybe some in the low 80s. Not much wind anywhere in the state today. No difference. It's just not going to be much wind to be found. Now, by the time we get to the early evening hours, the chance really, really small. Lincoln, Omaha. I'll still keep it in there just to be safe, but more than likely you'll probably already be dry by 7 o'clock, just a few leftover stray showers. However, things picking up over in the Panhandle. And these storms that are going to be firing up could be severe. We did see a couple severe storms over in the Panhandle yesterday, including Scottsbluff, and it's a possibility again today. Initially, and this activity is going to push in about 7 o'clock and try and push to the east. And I think the storm still could be strong around 10 o'clock, maybe as late as about midnight, but by the time we get to 1 a.m., our temperature's cooling down, so the severe threat going away. So North Platte, I got to mention chance of severe storms, Scottsbluff, but Broken Bow, O'Neill, by the time the activity reaches you, atmosphere too stable, so the severe threat going away. Worst case, probably looking at wind gusts 50 miles per hour and penny-sized hail. Now we're going to skip some time and pick things up 9 a.m. tomorrow morning because that activity is going to keep pushing to the east. And so during the morning hours for Lincoln and Omaha, this is probably our best chance of rain for tomorrow. Not severe storms again, but there could be some weak storms around during the morning hours. Unlike today, though, for the eastern part of the state, we're not going to be dealing with the on and off rain. Rain chances are really going to be dying down. By the time we get to lunchtime, notice the chance is awfully small. It's definitely the best chance during the morning hours. Now, there are some indications we might see a couple of showers and storms will redevelop in the eastern half of the state, but it's not going to be much, and I think a lot of us are going to miss out on this activity. Notice once again, because of that lingering cloud cover and that morning rain, you may only see high temperatures Lincoln, Omaha in the low 80s, but as you go to the west, those temperatures increasing. I do think we're going to see some spots reach the low 90s once you get towards North Platte and farther to the west. Another day tomorrow. Not much wind. And notice that it was completely dry in the central western part of the state during this period. It looks like once again we're going to get some activity to work in Saturday evening, but this activity not going to be severe and looking less impressive than what we're going to see this evening. Notice how, same story, it tries to work into the central part of the state, but the atmosphere cools, and the storms, even though they're not going to be severe storms, are going to be fizzling out. We're just going to have some leftover showers. Sunday is probably going to be the driest day in the state. So notice some cloud cover in the morning hours in the eastern part of the state, but we're probably going to be completely dry. Now, I do have to mention in the late afternoon, we might start to see some activity in the western half of the state, but probably staying dry in the eastern half of the state. Now, the winds are going to be picking up for everyone on Sunday. We do have to call it a breezy day across the state, and our temperatures going up just a little bit, but still not too bad. Basically, normal for this time here in the eastern part of the state, a little bit above normal in the western part of the state. Mid-80s transitioning to the low 90s. Now, the rain chance going back up for Sunday night. Here we go again. Evening hours on Sunday. Activity starting to push in. I do think this activity is going to move across the state. This is going to be a warm front, and it's going to set us up for a hot 4th of July. That is going to be the big story for the 4th of July. Now, there are going to be some isolated showers and storms, especially in the morning hours. And where you're seeing those little rain thunderstorm icons, that's where the best chance of rain is going to be. So places like Omaha, North Fork, Sioux City, especially during the morning hours. In the afternoon, I tell you what, it may end up staying completely dry. It's probably going to be during the overnight hours on Sunday night that we're going to see the rain for places like North Platte, Oshkosh. And the rain chance is looking really small, even in the afternoon hours for places like Omaha, Norfolk, and Sioux City. So this is good news for fireworks Monday night. We might see some rain again push back into the panhandle, but I think most of us are going to have dry fireworks shows. But again, the big takeaway is because of this warm front clearing us during the morning hours, look how hot it's going to be in the afternoon. A whole bunch of us in the upper 90s, and yes, there are going to be some spots, looks like they're going to reach the triple digits as far as the wind goes. Not much wind in the panhandle. It's going to be breezy in the central part of the state and actually looking windy across eastern Nebraska. Look for an update on this forecast Monday morning.